Yes! Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for a not late, but late night video on your late Sunday night, November the 2nd, 2025, or if you're watching on the replay crew, for all my people on the replay crew, you great sexy bitches you. It is now November the 3rd, 2025, as we are starting the first official week of November. Holiday season is coming up in about 3 weeks, so can't wait for that, for Thanksgiving, and after that, the countdown to the greatest day in the world and the greatest month in the world, the greatest people that celebrate birthdays coming up in pretty much a little over 3 weeks. So, get ready. The holiday season is fast approaching, and cold weather too, especially next week. Not this week, next week. Oh boy. I'm not ready for it. But anyway, so hope everybody had a great Sunday, everybody. Thank you all for watching right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube Wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there, dude. You know where it is, down there in the description box, where you can leave a comment. Well, actually, you can sub to my channels, all down below in the gobbledygook. Also, you can leave a comment on this video or any one of my past videos on my respective channels from the past, present, and the future, Conan. But don't leave stupid comments. Please do not leave stupid comments. But you're going to leave them anyway because you're stupid. So, and you will get treated like a stupid bitch. And you'll get sent to the Shadow Realm where Satan and Ozzy will eat your soul. And you'll never be heard from again. You don't like it? Tough shit. Act accordingly or get out. Simple as that. And as I said before, follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And hit that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you do, you're pretty much SOL. You know what that means. If you don't know, look it up. And that's that. And for first-time viewers, if you're here for the first time or you're thinking about subscribing, please do. Because, I don't bite yet, ladies. Sorry. But come on in, the water's fine, and we got cookies on the left, beer to the right. Hot women stay with me, so you get nothing. But if you're a hot chick, you just come to the front. So it is what it is. But if you're brand new here, and you're thinking about subscribing, please do. When you do subscribe, as we say in the business, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, you grab a nice, tasty, cold one that's straight fruit punch. Or whatever you got. Sit back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, go fuck yourself. Get out of here. Simple as that. Move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Sunday night, November the 2nd, 2025, or, like I said, if you're watching on the replay or from another time zone, well, if you're on the West Coast, it's still November the 2nd, 2025. If you're on the far West Coast or the far East Coast, it is now November the 3rd, 2025. So happy Monday to you on the far East Coast, and on the West Coast, it's still Sunday night. But whatever you may be, hope you have a great Sunday and a great week ahead as we start the first week of November. Should be great. Probably be out of here before you blink, and it'll be Thanksgiving before we know it, or as we call it, Turkey Day. So we eat a lot of turkey, watch a lot of football, and get fat. And then we proceed to go to the stores on Black Friday and try to kill each other. But, fortunately I don't have that problem, but, I don't have to work, thankfully. But I had that problem when I used to work in retail. It was insane! There's one year that I was like, I worked with my boss. I got in early, and there was nobody there. Nobody came in. I was shocked because it was Thanksgiving. And I come in, and I didn't have a long shift. I had a, regular 6-7 hour shift. Because I was going to get up early to see my parents and everything for a Thanksgiving night meal. And nobody showed up until like 2:30, around 2:30 in the afternoon when people, were coming in. There was a lot of people. And I was like, oh great, now the people are gonna start coming in because they gotta get last minute stuff for their Thanksgiving meal or whatever. But it wasn't that bad, you know. Like right about an hour and a half before my shift ended, I was like, damn, these people coming in now? And I was like, alright, let me get through it. The next people were coming in. Right near the end, we got a little bit busy, so, but at least I had, another guy came in and helped me out. A few other people came in to help me out, so I was fine. But like 4 o'clock, I was out of there, and I had to work on Black Friday. It wasn't that bad on Black Friday either, but because I worked the evening shift that night, so which sucked. But then I had the rest of the weekend off, so I was happy. So, but never again I will ever work in retail. I'm happy where I'm working right now, and that is in music, and I'm fine. I make way more money than I do in that garbage job, but I digress on that. Anyway, not about that bull funky. Let's get into it. But like I said, hope you had a great Sunday. The Niners win. Check out the video before this one with my Niners post-game show. Big win today over the horrible Giants, 34-24. Lost Michael Williams to a torn ACL on that goddamn turf that needs to get ripped up at MetLife Stadium because it's the worst field ever. Every year in almost every game, somebody tears an ACL. It's sickening. So Michael Williams is probably gonna be out for the rest of the season. Oy. The Niners defense is just taking a beating right now. Bosa's out for the year. Fred Warner out for the year. Michael Williams most likely out for the year. I don't know when Brandon Ayuk's coming back. They're saying maybe after next week, because week 10 in the NFL league, where they play for pay. They're saying he was going to come back about week 10, maybe week 11 or 12. But the bye week's coming up, so if he does play at all, might be for the final stretch for the playoff run, but we'll see. That's how it goes, and if he can get back into shape and get back to the Brandon Ayuk we all know and love. But we'll see what happens with that. Brock Purdy is getting a little bit better. Don't know if he's going to start next Sunday at home against the Rams. I would not, because Mac Jones had a great game today. I would just keep Purdy in for an emergency at this point, because Mac Jones pretty much took his job. I know, he's still the franchise quarterback, but, if Mac Jones is, doing an Alex Smith, basically, go ahead. We don't need Purdy. But, we see how practice goes this week, and if Brock Purdy doesn't have any setbacks this week, hey, if you want to start him, Kyle, go ahead and, roll the dice. But it's a big division. They got 2 big division games coming up, so I'd rather keep the hot quarterback, And then, if you beat the Rams, then I start Purdy in a pretty much meaningless game in Arizona. Because Arizona sucks, but still a division game. But even if they lose one division game, it comes down to the end of the season when they have to face the Seahawks again. And I think one more game against Arizona, I think they could beat Arizona at least once or twice, and then that game in Santa Clara near the end of the season may or may not matter, but, it's early. We're still in week 9. Well, actually, now, about to end week 9, Thursday begins week 10, so we got 8 more weeks of football to go. It's 18 weeks, 17 games, 18 weeks, 17 games. Go figure that one out. But, yeah, it is what it is. Niners got 3 more games until the bye. Actually, no, 4 games before the bye. So 4 more weeks. They got the bye on December the 7th. So about a month from now, finally the Niners get a freaking week off. I think it's the latest bye week they've had in a long. I think since I've been a Niner fan. I don't remember any season, and I've been a Niner fan since 2010, so in the 15 years I've been a Niner fan, I don't remember this late a bye week for the Niners in their history. I could be wrong, but like I said, I only started being a Niner fan in 2010, so I don't remember any year they had a late bye week. They usually get the bye week around week 8, week 10, maybe week 12 at the latest. But this is week 14, mind you. They got 4 more games after that. So we'll see what happens next Sunday at 4:25 and in Santa Clara at Levi. Big division game. First place on the line because the Rams destroyed the Saints today. Seahawks destroyed the Commanders. And a horrible injury to the Commanders quarterback. He slid and his arm went like this. Oh, it was nasty. Broke his elbow. Just nasty. We see some nasty injuries this season. Scatterboo, Fred Warner broke his freaking ankle apart. Oh, it's nasty stuff. That's why football is the most dangerous sport in all of sports. You'd think it was boxing, but it's not. And wrestling, it's not. I mean, wrestling, you don't see those types of injuries, except unless you're Sid Vicious way back in the 90s, but... excuse me. But, yeah. Football is just a dangerous sport. It's too dangerous, but... it is what it is. But they, they're getting paid because the NFL is the league where they play for pay. If you want pain, go to hockey. How about those Rangers? How about the New York Rangers? West Coast trip did some pretty good stuff. A couple of overtime wins. They won. I think Saturday night they beat the Kraken in Seattle in overtime. I think they won in the Edmonton Oilers. They won in overtime. So a couple of big wins for the Rangers. Now they're coming back home to face Carolina on Tuesday at the Garden. Hey, we'll see. Maybe it's a resurgence. It's still early in the season because the season started last month. So maybe just a slow start for the Rangers, and now maybe they're building. I don't know. And this is without Vincent Trocheck. I don't know when he's coming back. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, enough about other sports, not wrestling, because wrestling is a sport. And if you don't believe me, I got video proof. So, and Shane Douglas will tell you, right, Shane? Hey, wrestling is a sport! And if you don't like it, you can suck my ass! Okay, calm down. Calm down, Shane. The franchise. Okay, calm down. He'll tell you. He'll tell you to your face that wrestling is a sport. It's pro wrestling meant to entertain. No, it's not. It's a sport. It'll entertain you, yes, but it's not sports entertainment. It's a sport. If you think it's entertainment, I got your entertainment right here. That's that. Alright, enough about that. Ladies and gentlemen, on this getting close to late Sunday night, it is finally time for your late and out of date Saturday night's main event number 41 review. Alright, Saturday night's main event last night, episode number 41. Surprisingly, it's been like 20, 30 years of Saturday night's main event. Getting close to 40 years of Saturday night's main event, I think. And it only had 41 episodes. Or maybe the new Saturday night's main event, which came back like a few years ago, they added that up. The new version of the Saturday night's main event, not overall. Overall, I think it'll be a little over a couple hundred, maybe. I don't know. I have to look it up. But this is episode number 41 of Saturday night's main event. And we are emanating from the Delta Center, once again, like SmackDown, the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Ta! And our commentary team, and this was not on Channel 4. I think they did away with that. I don't know why. So now it's on Peacock! Although Peacock died. Why can't everything be on Netflix? Or the WWE Network for that low price of $9.99. But, yeah, we got it on Peacock! You know. Or if you had it on a broken screen, go figure it out. Anyway, so we had the legend Michael Cole and Bad News Weed Bennett. And Michael Cole, I got some bad news for you. Pretty much. Alright, 4 matches on the card, and it ended after about 9 o'clock. So it started at 7 and finished just about 9 o'clock. So then, so basically the first hour Collision was going up against the final hour of Saturday Night's event. Even though Collision wasn't great either, but, you know. This show was, it had its moments, but to me, it wasn't very great. Alright, let's start it off. We got a opening video featuring flashbacks to the original series and the ever so popular Animotion single Obsession. Okay, love that song. Anyway, I thought we were going to start with something else, like maybe the women's match, with the women's title match, but no! We started with the SmackDown World title, the Unified title. We have Cody! MDKOD Cody! You bitch! Horrible champion, by the way. Oh, he's better than Roman because he's there, and he's carried the WWE on his back. Really now? Really? Cody ain't shit. Cody still ain't shit. He doesn't hold a candle to Roman. Neither does Punk. Neither does Cena. If you think about it. Roman will be #1 forever. He's not the greatest of all time in the modern era. That's Undertaker. My boy, the Undertaker, the GOAT of all GOATs of the modern era. And a close #2 is Roman. But if you want to talk about all time, Roman is in the top 10, in my view. Top 25, too. People have been making a top 50 list. It has to be the worst top 50 ever. Roman's not even in the top 50 to you? What? What the hell are you watching? Putting Owen and Bret Hart in the top 10? I don't know about putting Owen, both of them in the top 10. I put them in the top 25, top 30 at least. They're putting Darby on. I mean, this is all time, right? Some idiot puts Darby in it. What? Why would you put a schmuck, a suicidal idiot like Darby out? Hi guys, it's me, Darby. I'm gonna be on your top 50 list because I'm so great and I kill myself for you guys. I come from Seattle and I weigh 150 pounds soaking wet. Get out of here, Darby, you fucker. Darby Allin on the top 50 list. And then put, I hate this, I gotta say his name because it's for reference. Chris Benoit, or Chris Benoit, on a top 50 list? Bruh. I would put Benoit on a top 25 list of best technical wrestlers of all time. Which we all know the best technical wrestler is that guy over there. Eddie Galeno, ese! That's the technical wrestler next to Owen Hart. Eddie's number 1, Owen's number 2, and Benoit's number 3. Dominic Guerrero number 4, Rey Mysterio number 5. Just saying. Just saying. Eddie and Owen and pretty much Dominic Guerrero is my top 3 best technical wrestlers of all time. Put Jericho in there, but not, old Jericho, not Jericho now, but old school Jericho, yeah, I put him in there. Psychosis, Juventud Guerrero, like I said, Benoit, Dean Malenko. I mean, so many great technical wrestlers. It's hard to make a top 10, top 20. But if you're talking about all-time greats, I mean, you have to put Hogan up in, at least Hogan has to be number 1 somewhere. Flair, Sting, Macho Man Randy Savage, Roman, Taker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, put Cena somewhere in there. Not in the top 10. Not even close to a top 10 for Cena purposes. My top 5 will be Hogan, Roman, Taker, Flair, Sting. That's my top 5. You can have your own top 10, top 20, top 30. But if you put ridiculous people in there that should not even be close to a top 50, you are retarded. Darby Allin at number 30. Daniel Bryan at 28. I mean, seriously? Technical wrestling, Daniel Bryan, yes, definitely top 20, right there. Darby, I don't even put Darby in the top 30. Jeff Hardy, he's not really a technical wrestler. He's a suicidal maniac, like Darby and Sabu, Sabu's not technical, he's a maniac, Hey, Terry! Not you, Terry. No, not you. I was a technical legend. No, you weren't. You're a hardcore legend. In Japan. Japan, number 1. Don't mess with my line, Mr. Joseph. Sorry, Terry. Funk Man. I was a great wrestler too, Mr. Joseph. Yeah, you're in my top 50 somewhere, Mike. I'm a technical wrestler. You? Technical? I don't know. You are a high flyer. I'll put that there. You diving over the ropes like a madman back in the day in Japan. But you were I would probably put you in like a hardcore, like, brute guy. You know what I mean? Some awesome, yeah, I know. I should be in the top 50. Maybe. Someday, Mike, you'll be in somewhere's top 50. Not mine, but I you're my boy and everything, but I can't put you in. I gotta fit you in somewhere in that top 50. I can't put you in like the top 10. I wish, but I can't. If I was alive today, I'd kick Roman's ass. Whoa, Mike, no, not my tribal chief. No. You wouldn't. Roman would beat your ass in your prime. Just saying. If you want to talk about top 10, top 20, top 30, top 30 hardcore guys, you gotta put Terry at number 1, Mick Foley number 2. Maybe Onita number 3. Put Mike somewhere in there. Jerome. What'd you say, motherfucker? Nothing. Go back to snorting coke. Okay, motherfucker. Okay. Anyway. Matt Tremont, Nick fucking Gage. I mean, so many hardcore guys. You can put Sabu, maybe RVD. Raven, Tommy Dreamer, Abdul the Butcher, Bruiser Brody. I mean, I'm talking about legends of hardcore. I might do some lists. I'm gonna start doing them. I'm gonna write that down. Maybe by the end of the year, I'll do some top 10, top 20, top 50 list. Maybe not top 50, but at least top 10, top 20 lists of greatest wrestlers of all time, greatest technical wrestlers of all time. I already did a tag team. I'll probably redo that one. Greatest tag teams of all time, greatest hardcore wrestlers of all time, and greatest women of all time. And it's my list, not yours. You can make up your own list, but if you're gonna make a list, make it good, so people are like, oh, I see that, yeah, okay. But don't make it like, number 30, Daniel Bryan, greatest of all time. Like, what? I don't know about that. I know, everybody has their lists and everything, but if you just put people there just for them to be there, it makes no sense. But if you do not put Roman in a top 50 greatest of all time list, you have something wrong with you. And you don't know wrestling. I'm sorry. I put Roman in the top 5 in my list. And yes, over Bruno, over Cena, over Flair, Sting, and Macho Man Randy Savage. I have him number 2. Behind, I would put him at number 1, but I can never go without paying homage to Terry Hulk Hogan, you know what I mean? Hogan will always be number 1 on everybody's list. Same with Bruno Sammartino, Harley Race, Nick Bockwinkel, and people like that. But everybody just hates Roman. I don't understand why. Oh, Roman held the title hostage for 1,316 days. 30 defenses. Did you know if it wasn't for him, the pandemic era would be shit? Everybody says Drew McIntyre. I mean, technically, yeah, but when Roman came back as SummerSlam 2020 and started that mega run he had, if he didn't come back at SummerSlam, I don't even think he would have that 13-16 reign. Because the pandemic would have got worse, which it technically kind of did, but if Roman would have came back maybe in 2021, then you have a case with Drew, but I still think Roman is the GOAT of the pandemic era. And for people to say that I'm a fake Roman fan makes me laugh. Yeah, I said what I said back in the day about Roman because Roman was starting to become Cena 2.0. I agree with you on that. He was turning into Cena. He was supposed to be and build as the next Cena. Because he was getting rammed at our throats every week and I was getting sick of it. And I said what I said back in 2017, 18. But then when he came out with his leukemia, I thought different. It's like, oh, this is a man, you know. And I made the apology video, and when he came back, I'm in remission, y'all, during the end of the Big Dog gimmick, I was like, yeah, Roman Reigns, yeah, kick ass. And I've been a fan of Roman since 2019. Oh, you're a fan because of Issa. Yeah, right. I didn't meet Issa until 2021, early 22. How can you say that? Oh, you like Bad Bunny because of Issa. Wrong. I didn't like Bad Bunny until like 2-3 years ago. Not because of Issa. And I said some bad stuff about Bad Bunny because I didn't really like him at the time. But upon second review, or upon further review, I started liking the guy. I always liked reggaeton. I always liked Bad Bunny back in the day before I didn't even know who the fuck he was. You know, with Anita Skies and Donald Mars and company, you know, Daddy Yankee. I didn't know who Bad Bunny was. I'm like, who's this guy singing? Like, it sounds, you know, I didn't know who he was. I wasn't following a lot of reggaeton back in the day. Now I'm, like, love reggaeton. Bad Bunny, the biggest reggaeton artist out there right now. Slash Spanish artist. Next to, well, I would say next to Shakira, but he trumps Shakira anyway. But I'm happy that Bad Bunny's going to be at the Super Bowl. He's going to get the highest rated Super Bowl halftime show in history. Better than that schmuck Kendrick Lamar. Last year's was garbage. Nobody wanted to watch that shit. I didn't want to watch it. I turned it off. But in come February, with the halftime show, I am glued to my rich man's dish, or if I'm at a party, I'm glued to the TV watching Bad Bunny sing, you know, whatever. Maybe you sing Booker T or something like that. Booker T. Beat. I can't, you know. I don't know a lot of Spanish, but I know some of the, you know, some of the beats here and there, but it is what it is. But to call me a fake fan makes me laugh. Fake 49er fan. Right. I've been a fan of the Niners since 2010. 15 years. Thanks to my brother from another mother. How was that game today, brother? I miss you, man. Anyway. So, call me a fake fucking fan. Okay. Right. There's nothing fake about me. You're fake. You're a fake tough guy. You're a fake girlfriend. And just fake all around. Fake accounts, fake everything. Everything about you is fake. Everything with me is real. And if you can't handle it, tough shit. And now, back to our regular scheduled program. Alright, so, back to SmackDown. We get a video featuring flashbacks to the original days. And then we start with Cody! Taking on Papucho! Drew McIntyre for the Unified title. I was surprised this went first. I thought it was going to be main event. Maybe it would have started with Punk and Jey Uso. Or maybe Dom Dom, the triple threat match with Dom Dom, Pentagon, and Rusev. But, or the women's match. But we started with this, and it was okay till the end. If Cody got counted out or disqualified, he loses his title. So we get the big match intros from Lillian Garcia, the GOAT. One of the greatest ring announcers in wrestling history. In WWE history, next to the Fink, of course, and Mike McGurk! We need to get Mike McGurk in the Hall of Fame. Some of you don't know her, it's a her. She has a boy's name, but she's an all woman. All woman. Look it up. Look up on Google. Mike McGurk. I think it's McGurk. I think that's how you spell it. I'm not sure, but look up Mike McGurk, who filled in and also did ring announcing with Howard Finkel back in the 80s, maybe early 90s too. But she should get a Hall of Fame induction. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. But don't get me started with the WWE Hall of Fame. The horrible shit that it is. Alright, so get the big match intros, and Drew insists Lillian introduce him as the real American Dream. Nice trolling job there, Mr. McIntyre. Alright, so they start the match. Drew tries to get Cody, tries to send Cody into the referee, which Drew thought that would be a DQ. And then Drew bites his hand, Cody stomps away, and almost shows the referee as he's counting the 5. Alright, you're not Kevin Steen. I got 5! Drew gets a cheap shot from behind, sends Cody into the ring post. Ow! On the outside, back in, elbow drops Cody before Drew sends him flying with a suplex. Then goes up top, gets superplexed down. And then, there's, for people that had the Peacock stream or the YouTube stream, it froze. Blah! I'm getting sick of streams. I'm getting sick of it. The YouTube stream will freeze. You go on one of those websites like Watch Wrestling. It'll be choppy, or it'll freaking, it'll go down. It'll freeze. Netflix has done that. And it's any promotion. AEW's had that. New Japan has had that a few times. Especially one show I went to a couple years ago. They were supposed to start at 7 o'clock. The pay-per-view didn't start till 8:30 because of the global pay-per-view stream fucking up. No wonder that show didn't end till like midnight. That was a bitch to get home. As soon as it ended, I left. I met, what did I meet? Shibata at that show. No, it was not Shibata. It was Ibushi, I think. No, it was Ibushi. I met the legend Kota Ibushi. I didn't ask him about Kenny, but in any case, I met Ibushi. I talked to Lance Archer for like a little bit. He was telling people, everybody dies! That was basically it. I was sitting in a second balcony of that show. But I saw everything. Tanahashi, Okada, people like that. Good shit. Good show. Back in the day. At the Hammerstein. But, yeah. Streams are just, not, some are good, some are bad, and then they just flunk out. But anyway. So after that, the stream comes back. And, Cody wins a slug out, hits the disaster kick, hits the Cody cutter, even though it looked like Drew tried to counter it. Gets a near fight of that. Drew comes back with a spine buster. And, goes to the cover, and, he's getting a little bit frustrated. He grabs the timekeeper's bell and tries to get Cody to hit him with it, but that didn't work. And then we go on, go outside, and Cody, Drew, misses, so Cody tries to climb the corner. Actually, I have to take it back. They go outside, Drew can't hit another Claymore, but knocks Cody off the apron through the announcer's table. Ow! Which did not really break. But he, went over the announce. Actually, he did break, I think. But anyway, we go with that. Referee's trying to count him out, so Drew can win the title by count out. But Cody gets in at 9.99999999999999999 Batman 5. Anyway, back in. Drew hits it, goes for another Claymore, miss. Cody tries to climb the corner, only to hurt his knee. Uh-oh. But it's fine enough to hit the Cody cutter for a near fall. First one looked like a botch, but whatever. Then we get the good old rep bump. And I was like, oh, where's the DQ here? Drew grabs the belt, which is knocked away. And then we get a double cross body for a double down. They both crawl for the belt. Cody gives Drew a DDT on the belt. Basically, and then Drew is basically knocked out. But for added incentive, Cody hits the crossroads 1, 2, 3 to retain the unified title in under 19 minutes. So Cody kind of cheats to get the win. I don't know how that's going to play on SmackDown this Friday night. Because, you know, Drew's going to come out like, you cheated! I should have been a DQ, I should be the champ by now. And Cody's going to come out like, shut up! But we got to start the build to Survivor Series, so I don't know what's going to happen there and what the War Games match is going to be. I still think it's going to be the MFTs and the Wyatt 6. But then again, Cody's subject to change, so we got that. But still, Cody versus Drew was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Just pissed me off that Cody's still the champ. Let me move on. Alright, then we get a recap of Jade Cargill, and it's Tiffy time! Tiffany Stratton for the SmackDown Women's title. We got that. Before the match, we see Nicholas Aldis making sure that Tiffy Tip is good to go with her banged up knee. Tiffy says, I'm good to go. And that's that. Then we see Paulie Shore, the Weasel. Yeah, but Nate, chicks on a weasel. We saw him. We saw Post Malone there. A couple other celebrities in the crowd. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, then we go to match number 2 for the SmackDown Women's title. Jade Cargill takes on Tiffy Tip, Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. Daddy! What? I had some bad news, Daddy! What now? What happened, Sunshine? What's the matter? Come on, sit on Daddy's lap. Okay, Daddy. Daddy, Marcel broke up with me to go out with some Latina chick. Well, Marcel's a bitch, so you deserve better, Sunshine. You'll find somebody new. I heard that Peter Joseph guy is good looking. Okay, give me his number. Okay. What's the other bad news? I lost my title! It's okay, Sunshine. You'll get it back, and you'll be the great champion again. Just take it easy. I'll be here if you want to talk. Here's my credit card. Go buy something nice. Okay, Daddy, bye. Not a great weekend for Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, she did break up with Ludwig Spears. Spanish Archer. Bang, get out of here. And now he's been, well, El Grande Americano, we all know, is Ludwig Spears. Or Marcel Barthel. He's going out with the WWE, Triple A chick. Some Latina chick. She looks very damn nice, though. Not an upgrade, per se, but Tiffy looks way better than her. Just saying. But hey, Tiffany Stratton's on the market, guys! I'm gonna go slide in her DMs later or tomorrow. Tiffy! I'll be your daddy. She could be my mommy anytime, too, but it is what it is. I mean, she could be my mommy, but, it'll kind of get weird because her mommy Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley would probably break me in half. I wouldn't mind. I didn't give a shit. But then I gotta stay away from Buddy Murphy, Me and Rhea Ripley would just be cordial metal fans, metal friends. And then we talk about Motionless and White, talk about In This Moment, stuff like that. But sexually, probably not. I'm gonna mind, but, she probably hit Riptide on my dick. Shit. Chris, she probably hit that on freaking Buddy Murphy's dick. Lucky guy. Fucking bastard. But yeah, Tiffy Stratton, you could get this D all day, baby. You could be on my list with Asuka, Kairi, Io, Mina, Charlie Caruso, and so many others, man. I'll put you up there. I'll put you somewhere on that top 5, top 6 list. I'll fit you in somewhere. No, it's only 7 days a week, you know. Twice on Sunday. But I always have to go with my Asian Fatal 4. Asuka, Kairi. Oh, sorry. Asuka, Kairi! Io, and Mina. Can't get enough of it. Can't get enough. I would put Mayu Iwatani there, but she scares me a little bit. The one that faced Io last weekend. And Io whooped her ass. Oh. Great match, but Io whooped her ass. Loved it. And speaking of New Japan, how about Wrestle Kingdom 20 news? Double championship match. Jota Tsuji defending the global title against Takeshita and his IWGP world title. Wrestle Kingdom 20 main event. Sign me up for that. January the 4th, and that's going to be Tanahashi's final match against... If they can do it, I would love for it to be Tanahashi versus Tanahashi versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I would pay to see that again for the final time. Because both are going to be retiring. I mean, they're not doing anything with Shinsuke at the moment, but... I mean, he's in that whole thing with Ray Phoenix and the Wyatts and the MFTs and shit. So he's probably going to be in that War Games match. I don't know why you would put Shinsuke in War Games. And then what do you do with Nikki Cross? Is just going to be there? Probably doing something off the top of the cage, most likely. You're not Io, so stop. Io's going to do that. You know Io's going to be in that War Games match. Because every year, she's in a War Games match. I think it's going to be her 5th or 6th War Games match, counting the ones from NXT. And she's going to do some insane fucking shit from the top of the cage. Probably on Io and Kairi. But she'll be on a team, probably with Team AJ, I don't know. AJ Lee, because there's rumors of her coming back at the MSG show in a couple weeks. But now they took her off. I don't know if she's going to be at that show. So I don't know how you're going to fit do that if it's going to be Team Becky Lynch against Team AJ. And you have AJ, Io, probably Nikki Smelly, Bella, and 2 other people against Becky. We'll probably have probably put Maxine Dupree in. I don't know why, but be Becky, Kairi, Asuka, and then two other people, 2 other heels. Maybe Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. I can see that. So AJ would have AJ Lee, Mommy Rhea Ripley, Io, maybe Maxine Dupree, and then maybe a surprise, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe Bianca, can't be Bianca Belair because she hasn't been cleared yet. I don't know what that fit person could be. It could be Nikki Cross, it could be anybody, really, but you know Io is going to jump off the top of the cage, go crazy. And Asuka blowing like 6,000 colored mist like a Skittle. She's gonna spray everybody with Skittles, you know, every different flavor. But it is what it is. I'll have my I'll have my own rainbow later with Asuka, Kairi, and Io, right? Taste the rainbow. I digress. Alright, so Tiffy versus Jade. Pretty good match, short. 5.5 minutes. And Tiffy's knee injury came into play. And basically, Jade beat her ass. It felt like a squash match. I mean, Tiffy got a few moves in, not many. She got tied in the tree of woo! And Jade went right to work on that knee. And Tiffy's screaming in pain. But she's able to send Jade into the ring steps for a little bit of a breather. Drops her off the top on the inside of the ring. Goes for the swanton. She connects, go for a near fall. Comes right back with a fallaway slam. And then Jade did it like 4, 5, 6 more times. Then, on top of that, a pair of power bombs put Tiffy down. And then, basically, a lifeless Tiffy Stratton gets picked up and Jade hits Jaded! 1, 2, 3, ready? New! SmackDown Women's Champion. Finally, Jade Cargill gets the belt. Now the era and reign of Jade. The Storm is here. And we'll see what happens with that. And, I think by WrestleMania we could see Jade versus a returning Bianca Belair. If they want to go that route, but it depends on if Bianca can come back from her broken finger she got at WrestleMania. Been pretty much almost 7 months since we haven't seen Bianca at all. It's just a really freak finger injury. Her finger looks like bleh, it looks like nastiness. I don't know when she's gonna come back. But we got that. Alright, so match was alright. 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Then we find out that the first Saturday Night's main event of 2026 will be January the 24th, a couple weeks, actually a week before the Royal Rumble. And that will be in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, a shithole. And the SmackDown on the 23rd will also be in the same arena, probably the, I forgot the name of the place in Montreal. Probably, I think where the Canadians play. I was going to say the Rogers Center, but that's Toronto. Toronto! But we got that. So, the first Saturday's main event of 2026, January the 24th, 2026 in Montreal. So, have fun there, Canucks! You Canuckleheads. And that's that. Alright, match number 3 for the Intercontinental title. Eddie's son, Dominic Gallardo defends against Alexander Rusev. Rusev smashed on a pussy. Yeah. And Pentagon Zero Miedo. He's a smooth operator. Smooth operator. Okay. Coast to coast and into Chicago. Okay, I'm not gonna... I can't sing like Sade, I'm sorry. Anyway, move on. Actually, this is a pretty good match. Get pretty much near the end. Pentagon's in the corner. Dom grabs a chair, throws it to Rusev. And, this is a triple threat match. No disqualification. So, he throws it to Rusev, and then you're like, oh, it's DQ! Oh, wait, it's not no DQ! Duh! Come on, Dom, you should have known that by now. Anyway, Rusev destroys Dom with the chair. Pentagon then kicks it right into Rusev's face. Ow. And a springboard tornado DDT plants Rusev for a near fall. But he comes right back with an Alabama slam. To get back up. And the Pentagon driver plants Rusev, only for him to pop right back up like he no-sold it because he has no neck. And hit a super kick on Penta out of mid-air. Then he locks in the accolade. Fucks him in the ass and makes him humble. But then the bell rang. And I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened? Did Dom lose the title? What was going on? But we see Dom ringing the bell. But there's nobody, no tap out or anything, no time limit or anything. Dom starts ringing the bell for the save. And then Rusev and Pentagon beat the shit out of him. And then Rusev gets sent into the ring steps. Pentagon grabs the bell hammer. He grabs the hammer! And he's trying to hit Dom with it. Because Dom used it on him, and then he used it on Rusev. And he's like, alright, now you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Turnabout's fair play, Dom. Here it comes. Ah, doing! Hits Rusev right in the face. Knocked him out. And then, Dom takes Pentagon out. think he throws him out the ring or something like that. Then he quickly goes up top, hits a beautiful Eddie Guerrero frog splash on Rusev, basically lifeless Rusev. 1, 2, 3, Dom once again lies, cheats, and steals a typical Eddie Guerrero move. Eddie, did you like that? I loved it, ese pero. That's my son. I taught him everything he knows. Because he's the fruit of my loins, my super sperm, pero. Boy, did I really give that sperm to Angie, ese pero. She gave birth to the great Guerrero. With Sucio, the king of the luchadores, ese. Dominic Guerrero. I know, Eddie. He's a legend. Like you are. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer pretty soon. Like you. You should induct him, but you did. Ah, clap. Yeah. Anyway, so Dom once again retains the Intercontinental title, or the Mega Intercontinental title, because he still has the Mega title, which is the, I don't know when he's going to defend that again, because he's got a tag team match coming up with El Grande Americano to team up against El Hijo del Vikingo, and I think Rey Mysterio, November the 22nd, the same day as Full Gear. We got that. So, we'll see what happens with Dom, and, they're still saying that Dom will face Cena in his hometown of San Diego. Not Cena's, well, Dom is from San Diego. You know, he's really from El Paso, Texas. So, we'll see what happens with Dom tomorrow night on Raw. What Adam Pearce has up his sleeve. Probably not good, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, good match, 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, then we get a preview of a huge interview with John Cena! Which will be released in full in the next coming weeks. Then we see Cena narrating a video talking about his final opponent coming up on December the 13th. Well, we don't have a name of the opponent, but Cena comes out and says, we're going to have a 16-man tournament to earn the right to be his final opponent. And there's going to be entries from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, and maybe a few surprises. People saying Edge, Jericho. I don't know about Jericho. Edge, I could probably see. Maybe some people from TNA. Maybe from Evolve. Who knows? But a 16-man tournament called The Last Time Is Now Tournament. Walter's in it. I don't have the list. Actually, I could look it up. Let me do that, since I can do that. The Last Time Is Now tournament participants. Alright. Is this the whole... Okay. I do have the whole list. Well, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... I don't have the entire list, because there's going to be, like I said, surprises here. But we got The Miz, Rusev, Solo Mibuki, Sol Sikoa, Sheamus Fella, Eat Like Drake, Drew McIntyre, Pentagon, Carmelo Hayes, Bronson Reed, Walter, Dominic Mysterio, and, well, that's 12, and there's four surprises or comebacks, who knows. But 16-man tournament, I think, begins tomorrow on Raw, and it continues on SmackDown. So the finals will probably be, I think, the week before or the week of Saturday's main event. So that's December the 8th, I think, is probably going to be the finals. The 8th or the 12th is going to be the finals for this tournament. Now, they were saying that Walter was going to be his final opponent. But now, if Cena doesn't face Dom Dom at Survivor Series, Dom Dom's going to probably be out in the first or second round. Or in the semis, at least. I still think it's going to be Walter. I think Walter will win the tournament. If Cena wins the Intercontinental title at Survivor Series, because the only title he hasn't won, so if he wins it, then basically 2 weeks later, he loses the Intercontinental title to Walter, who basically had the Intercontinental title for over a year. So he has a second reign with the IC belt. How long does that go? I don't know. So could be. I'm thinking it's still gonna be Walter, but you know, it could be Dom. They could do Cena versus Dom. Cena wins in his final match, wins the Intercontinental title, and retires the belt, which I think is ridiculous. He wins the belt, then guess what? We have another tournament! Yay! Okay, you're not Tony Khan! Because you know Tony Khan loves those tournaments. Still hasn't finished the Women's Pure Title tournament, god damn it. Ridiculous. So, if Cena wins on December the 13th, wins the Intercontinental belt, either he comes on Raw on the 15th, drops the belt because he's retiring. It's his final, you know, that was his final match. He's going to retire as a Grand Slam champ. Drops the belt, gives the Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce like, oh, we're going to have a Intercontinental title tournament either on the first Raw of 2026 or I don't know what they're going to do. But, I mean, we'll see how that goes, but well, nice little mini tournament to see who faces Cena on December the 13th. I'm thinking it's going to be Walter. That's what I said before, and I'm going to say it again. Because it was reported to be Walter. I'm going to go with Walter to come back, beat Cena, lay him out, put him out the pasture like he did to Goldberg. And that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow night on the program. Alright, there we go to your main event of Saturday night's main event for the vacant Raw World title. We had CM Punk versus Jey Uso. So they do the big match intros with Lillian Garcia. A whole bunch of yeeting. And all that other stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Punk goes for the GTS early. But Jay got out of it, escaped to the floor. Then they kind of go back and forth for a little while. Punk botched a neck breaker and dropped Jay on his head. And then Punk knew that Jay fucked up. And he starts kicking him. You son of a bitch! Picks him up again, hits the neck breaker properly. Anyway, they slug it out after that. Punk with a quick GTS sends Jay outside. Punk sends him back in. Jay gets to the ropes this time, being smart. Punk grabs a suplex for a near fall. Jay breaks up a superplex attempt. Then he misses a dive off the top. They go back and forth. Jay with the MAGA hip attack. And then goes for another one, gets cut off. So Jay hits a super kick, then the spear into the Superfly Splash. He's about to win the title, but Punk kicked out that tool. Then he caught Jay up top for a top rope superplex for a double down. They get back up, they slug it out. Punk takes over, including a leg lariat. Jay then super kicks him out to the floor for a flippy dippity-doo for another double down. Jay gets back up, hits a spear through the barricade. Ow. Goes for the Superfly Splash. Punk got his knees up. Then he hits another GTS for another near fall. It felt like he hit like 5 or 6 GTSs and Jay just wouldn't stay down. But then Jay gets up, hits his own version of the GTS. And then Punk comes back, hits a really garbage-looking spear. I mean, dude. It was like, He couldn't hit a spear with AJ in bed. Come on, dude. Anyway. So he hits an awful spear for a near fall. Hits another GTS. Then he tries to another one after that. But Punk is like, ugh. He collapsed. Because, you know, maybe to get tired. I don't know what. Because it's a 21-minute match. Jay pulls him into a 1905 sleeper, which gets reversed into the Anaconda Vice. Jay barely got to the ropes to break the hold. Then Punk locked it on again. It gets counted into a fruit roll-up. I don't think for a count. Jay comes back with some super kicks. Then he charges into a knee-to-head by Punk. And then Punk gives him not one, but 2 more GTSs. And Punk goes to the cover. 1, 2, 3. We have a new Raw World Heavyweight Champion for the second time. 7th overall. Punky Brewster gets the win. Pretty good match. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's basically it. We see Punk celebrating. And Jey Uso is on the outside looking up at him. And he is pissed. Then he went on Twitter and says, alright, y'all. And he gave the middle finger emoji. So he is pissed. And I can only imagine what he's going to do tomorrow to Punky Brewster. Now, Punk's going to have the title. I think he's going to lose to the Braun Breaker. I think it's obvious. He's going to lose it maybe at the Survivor Series. He should lose it tomorrow, but probably lose it at the Survivor Series. And then, as we go into Saturday's main event, I don't know what's going to happen there. Maybe something with Roman down the line. Maybe Roman wins the number 1 contenders match. He wins the Royal Rumble. I hope he wins the Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber. Goes to Mania. Wins the belt at Mania. Or maybe wins it at the Elimination Chamber. Goes into WrestleMania to face whoever wins the Rumble. Which people are saying is Solo. I don't think Solo. I would... There was that leak that said Solo was going to win the Royal Rumble. I don't believe it. I would have Roman win the Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber. I mean, we'll see, but that's that. But should be, a great rest of the year going into 2026. Royal Rumble should be amazing in Saudi Arabia. Not that I should be there, but should be a good show. Elimination Chamber come up, I believe, in February or March. And then we got WrestleMania on the 11th and 12th. No. I think it's the 10th or the 11th, or the 11th and 12th. Somewhere around there. It's the week after Easter this year, next year, thankfully. Not like this year was on Easter Sunday. Or Easter weekend, and we had WrestleMania Night 2 on Easter. Which made no sense. But next year in Vegas, it's going to be the week after Easter. So that's good. And I will be here through WrestleMania next year, barring something happening. So maybe like the old as fuck computer dying. But I'm in the process of getting a new one. I'm just, it's in process right now. So because you have to get a good one. I'm trying not to pay an arm and a leg, but I might get a refurbished Windows 11 computer, or I might just get a brand new one for try to get it under $1,000, maybe pay around $750 to $1,000, and let it run well. Oh, we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. But anyway, I gotta get out of here, guys. I am tired. I gotta go to work tomorrow morning, and I have to go to a doctor appointment. I gotta go to therapy tomorrow. But in any case, my final rating for Saturday's main event, I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of Saturday's main event down below in the comment section. And like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. I will be back tomorrow with your Ring of Honor review, because there's no TNA this week because it was another recap show. So, Ring of Honor review coming probably before I go to my therapy appointment. So probably around 1, 2 o'clock, we'll do a quick Ring of Honor review. And then, before we get to Raw tomorrow night, we'll do an expanded AEW Dynamite and Collision review right here. Right here on the channel. And then we'll see about doing a Raw review tomorrow night. We'll see. Because Tuesday is Election Day. I will be going to vote early. And then, afterwards, I'll come back, do the Raw review, and then I'll probably do the NXT review late Tuesday night. So, trying to get back on a normal schedule, but, you know, since my life is so fucking busy, the reviews may come a day or 2 or 3 later, but we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, that's the schedule for next week, this week I should say, and that's pretty much it. Check out I have a short I put up earlier this morning. I did my Niners post-game show. Check out my predictions for Saturday's main event on episode 92 of The Shadows Lair. Link to the channel down below. And all my other reviews on my respective channels. All the channels are in the gobbledygook. And that's that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And until next time, if you're not down with that, I have 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's it. Remember it. Because the prophecy is the greatest thing since sliced bread, way better than you, and you know it. I'm out of here, guys. Until next time, peace.